Stuff's broken. And the only answer is for us to reclaim the fullness of who we are as women. I just got out of an appointment with my sister, and I found myself thinking about how difficult it is to be a woman and to have support through the natural processes of life. My sister wants to have a natural birth. She doesn't want to birth in the hospital. She has, just previous hospital trauma, like so many women. But the process of getting support and doing birth the way she desires, the way her body is designed, is like jumping through hoops between insurance and finding a provider and just the support. It's so difficult. And it's made me really sit and think about America and about the load we carry as women and the amount of pressure and weights we walk around with. And we get to a point then we feel like, why doesn't my life work? Why does everything feel so hard? Let me just tell you, because it's designed to be hard for us. Because it's never been designed to support us, our rhythm, our body, our babies, our mothering, our needs for care, for nurturing, for nourishment, all of the resources that we need to effectively care and build. We don't have them. There is such constriction around everything a woman needs to thrive. I learned something today. I learned that the reimbursement rates for women's care under doctors and medical professionals is lower. It's lower for women. Guys, women, the medical profession is literally disincentivized. Is it de-incentivized? Disincentivized to care for us. Why would they spend time more with us when they could get paid more to take care of the men? I mean, this isn't surprising. It's not surprising, but for years, I have been taking myself out of the system, my body, and I didn't really even know that I wanted to leave it all. I just knew that I didn't feel safe. I didn't feel safe in hospitals. I didn't feel cared for. I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel seen going into doctors and medical professions. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Do you feel like that? Do you feel like it's like jumping through hoops trying to find somebody who listens to you, somebody who will hear the words coming out of your mouth about your body and actually will trust what you're saying? This is the kind of gaslighting that is so deep in our bones. It is so deep in our DNA. We are just so used to being gaslit. So if you walk around and you find yourself over-explaining, over-functioning, and just constantly trying to get your message across, it's not your fault. It's because the system makes you have to earn anything, earn basic medical care, earn support when you're having a baby. I got out of it. I took myself, I had so much medical trauma from when I was younger. I was in psychiatric care when I was like a teenager. I think it was 19, 18 maybe. I was told I had just all this stuff. I had these mental things. What I had was trauma. What I had was coming from an alcoholic, chaotic, dysfunctional family. What I didn't have was safety, support, and the ability to be heard. That's what I didn't have. But instead, like history shows, they slap labels on women, call them something mental, give them some drugs, and use it as justification not to listen. And I'm so fed up. Just this whole system. And what do? We allow the rage. We got to allow the rage. We let it come up. We don't apologize for it. That is what I'm feeling today. I'm feeling rage. And then we take that rage and we decide what we're going to do with it. We decide to take our power back. We decide to take care of ourselves, to refuse to be silenced, to refuse to go quiet. That's why I started speaking. That's why I started sharing my life, because I refused to go quiet after being silenced for so long. Silenced in the medical profession, silenced in churches, always taught, conditioned, and told that I couldn't trust myself, or I didn't know what was best for me. I didn't know the best way to help myself. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do know. Your body is always giving you data, but you don't trust it because you've been second guessed so many freaking times that why would you trust it? Why would you? No one's really ever listened or believed it. I had 3 home births. I had all my babies at home. By the time I had a baby at 32, I refused to give birth in a hospital. Scared. I didn't want to be a part of it. I did not want to submit myself, be in a situation like that where I felt like I wasn't going to be listened to or heard. And as a speech pathologist who worked in a hospital, I saw the good, the bad. I saw the way women were treated. I saw the way people were talked about. Women are not cared for in birth, largely. And that's obviously a generalized statement because there's plenty of women who have fine hospital births. And people will even say, like, mine was great. That's great. But the system was still not set up and designed to give you the best possible experience. That's for your body, for your baby. It's not. I've spent a long time researching births and babies and the business of birth and all the stuff. And I decided to have my babies at home. And I got a lot of hate for it. And you know what? No one's more of a hero or anything, because it's not even about like I had my babies at home, but it's about giving myself permission to trust my body. That's what it's about. And I knew that being in a setting where me as a woman, my gender, even just who I am, wasn't going to be respected in the same way, where my rights would probably be usurped and my voice wouldn't be listened to the degree that I wanted to be. Why would I put myself in that system? Why? And that's what I think, that's where we go as women. We question these systems. We say, well, why would I put myself in those situations if I didn't have to? Why am I going to get in a marriage with a man if it's not designed to benefit me? Why is a woman going to mother without the supports in place? You know, we begin to really question. We question why they want control of our bodies. Why women are shamed if they have children, shamed if they don't. Why there's such shame on us for not complying and submitting and getting quiet and smaller. Because you're not controllable. Because when you listen to your body and your intuition and the data of your emotions, and when you allow that rage to process and move you into action to take your power and your worth and your love back for yourself, holy hell, you become unshakable, unstoppable, and uncontrollable. You take back the leadership of the powerful, sacred feminine. And that terrifies this order. That terrifies patriarchy. That terrifies this system that needs you to be small, mousy, compliant, self-abandoning, people-pleasing, so it can run on your energy. But we stop, we speak up, we get difficult, we get relentless, we have boundaries, we say no, we listen to our intuition like it's fact. Fact. Intuition is different than fear. Now you have to learn to practice the difference. What's the difference, Katie? I had a hard time understanding that for a long time too. Your intuition is like a small voice that comes through you. It's like a little flash. You know, when you're relaxed, when you're not looking for it, and it's like a whisper of something. Some nudge, some idea, some word, some thought. And it lights you up. When it comes and it sparks something in you, like, oh, that's different. It doesn't bring fear. But anxiety or doubt, that's different. Thoughts that contract you are never intuition. Contracted frequency and emotion, it's never intuition. Intuition will always be expansive. It will make your world feel bigger, more hopeful, more exciting, more open. It will feel like an open heart. And it might feel a little bit of fear, but in a good way. In a way that's lighting something up in you. And we need to practice it. We need to practice listening and obeying our intuition. Your intuition is your God mind. It is God's zone in you. You have the I am within you. Religion lied. It was never out there. You didn't ever need to go in a church or go get God somewhere. God, the God zone is within you. It is your superconscious, the Christ within. That sends you the data, your imagination, your desires, your vision, your intuition. That's the God zone within you, and you can trust it. But you've been taught not to. You've been taught to disconnect from it. You've been taught that somebody else's voice or authority or permission trumped yours. That's what we were taught as women. That's what I was taught. How could I know better for myself? I need a trusted authority to tell me what's best for my life, what's best for my body. Come on, they've been telling us our emotions are our problem, right? That our body is just waiting to fail. Women are diagnosed at slower rates with chronic illnesses than men because they are not believed. They're not believed. We got to bring our moxie back. See, that's what you're made of. Moxie is fire. It's medicine. It's within you. It comes through you. You carry it. You never lost it. You never lost the moxie. It's always been in you. It's been buried beneath these survival stories and all the people pleasing and approval and need for validation to stay safe from out there. And our rising up, your returning to your power is about burning. It's the fire that's burning all the stuff that's had you looking outside for power and permission and approval and authority. You never needed any of it. See, as you rise, you get to be your safety. You get to choose yourself. You get to choose permission. You get to give yourself permission. I give myself permission to rise to my highest level and go through any ceiling that I've ever had. There are no ceilings. There are no limits for what you can have and what you deserve. Only the ones that you were taught were placed on you. for what's available to you and what you deserve. And every woman deserves support, whether she's birthing, mothering, in her work, in her life, in her purpose. And we're drowning. We're drowning here in America because we haven't been given it. And we have to create it. We have to step out of it. We have to step out and we become aware of all that we've had to, even unconsciously participated in to stay safe. With the stuff that our mothers had to and our grandmothers. We step out in whatever way we can, in whatever capacity we have to control, we step out to that degree. We do it. Is it easy? No, it's not. But you are an awakened woman. You see it because you're meant to lead. You're meant to lead. That's why you have these revelations, because you have those seeds within you and you have been awakened because you're being called up. That's why. If you feel like life's been hard and you've gone through so much stuff. You've gone through so much pain and shit, and you wonder, sometimes you wonder why. Why did I have to go through all those things? Why did it seem like I had so much stuff I had to break through? Because your breakdowns mean big, big breakthroughs. And that means your voice is breaking through. Your authenticity, who you are, the power inside of you is needed by this world. And you're here to lead. You have big dreams. You have big visions. But you feel like there hasn't been a space for you. You feel like you've been so busy healing from all the stuff that you wonder, when's my next level? When's my rise? I feel like all I'm doing is healing and shedding and stepping out. Yeah, you're letting it all burn away. All burn away. Let it burn. Let it burn, baby. Okay? Because becoming is really about remembering. This journey we're on, we are remembering. And that's shedding, grieving, letting go. Maybe you've gone through really hard stuff. Maybe divorce. Maybe you've just lost a lot of stuff. Maybe you've had to let go of relationships, jobs. Maybe you've lost yourself. Trying to figure it out. But you are one of the ones that are rising. Because you are made for more. Your soul will not allow you to settle in the toxic comfort of the life you don't even want. Your soul's not going to let you. That's why you're so uncomfortable. That's why you feel depressed. That's why you feel like no matter what, you're not satisfied, because your soul knows that you have huge things that you're here to do. Huge things. And they've been dormant, and they've been put on the shelf, and they've been put behind everybody else's needs. And your soul is asking you to take them back. Asking you to hold them, to center them, to build them. And all this stuff, that we live in this place that isn't making it easy for us as women. It's not easy. And I watched that today with my sister. I'm like, man, aren't we amazing? Even in the midst of like it's like, okay, yes, I'm not saying this is like Africa. You know, we still have so many privileges. So many. But that doesn't discount the fact that our system is really broken. And we still feel it. Because we're not going to gaslight ourselves and say we should just be grateful. Because it is still so broken. And I watch my sister figuring it out on her own, feeling alone, trying to like where's the support? Where are the women? Where are the people? It's just it's like every woman for herself. And that's why we have to speak these things to each other. We have to remind each woman, each other, of our sacred feminine heritage, our wisdom, our ancient wisdom, our spiritual power. We have to speak to each other to remember who we are. You have to remember who you are, because this world is dying. We're dying for women who will rise up. The world is desperate for the feminine power, for feminine leadership, for the return of women who will own their voice and their truth, and who will build a world where women have care and support, and we can mother and not feel desperate and alone, and we can birth and not die and feel safe. I felt it for so long in my own life, but I just told myself for a long time I should just be grateful. I should just be grateful, right? Isn't gratefulness like the ultimate gaslight? Well, it's not that bad, so I should just be grateful for what I have. And don't get me wrong, I'm all about gratitude, and I totally think that we always look for what we desire. Always be focused on where we're going, what we desire, and put our mind there. But we ain't gonna sit here and gaslight ourselves into gratitude either, because stuff's broken. And the only answer is for us to reclaim the fullness of who we are as women. The world wants it. They ain't gonna say they want it. They need it. They don't want it. They need it. The world needs it. The world needs us. Do you hear me? The world needs you and your truth and your power and your authenticity, with your gifts on display in fullness. No more of this playing it small shit. No more of this playing it small and like just trying to like make everyone else comfortable and like, oh, I don't want to make him mad. Like, you need to piss people off. That's what I've come to my own life. Like, why are we so afraid of being mean? Because we're taken advantage of. We're taken advantage of. Like, have boundaries. I'm telling you, you're not mean. You're not mean when you think you're mean. When you're trying not to be mean, you become a pushover and a people pleaser. Because I did it. I'm just saying, I'm calling it out, because that's how I spent most of my life. Like, oh, I don't want to be mean. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. Like, I don't want to seem like I'm not nice. So what? Instead, I just abandon myself, get walked all over, and then end up in situations where I'm like, why am I so taken advantage of and invisible? I'm calling myself out here, because that was my victim mentality. Like, why am I always so invisible? Well, because I let people walk all over me. But my unconscious pattern was that I had to abandon myself for other people to get love. So it's like, let's give ourselves grace. Like, we're doing it because it's what we know, right? We do it. We people please. We self-abandon. We're looking for approval because at some point we needed it to get love. We needed it for our love, for attachment. It's like, it's okay. We did. But once we know it, we got to change it. We got to step out of it. We've got to be okay making people uncomfortable and letting people be pissed off when we're honest with ourselves and when we are authentic. And when we state what we want and we hold a boundary, we just got to be okay with people being pissed off with that. Letting them sit with their own discomfort, okay? This world hasn't really built it for us. It hasn't been for us. And I saw that today. I see that in birth. I see it. Every time a woman needs care or something, I see it. It's like no one's giving handouts to women, being like, oh, we should make this easier. Guys, women, why are we making it so easy for them to take advantage of us? It's gotta stop. It's gotta stop. Okay? So this week, I want you to eliminate this idea, this, oh, I don't want to be mean. Don't even allow yourself to say that. I don't want to be mean. Be mean. Be mean. Don't let people walk all over you. Don't let a man... Oh, that sun. Woo! Take advantage of you. Do not be taken advantage of. Do not. You don't have to be manipulative, but do not let people say and do and treat you how they want. You gotta get mean. We've gotta get mean. And it's not mean. You're just not used to using your voice. So we need some big changes. And we gotta let go of this nice girl. Let go of the good girl. The good girl is the invisible girl. The good girl isn't making history. Good girls aren't healing the world, doing better for the world. Good girls are only a product of the patriarchy, and we're done. We're done with that, okay? We gotta be authentic. We gotta be in our power. We've gotta say what's true and stop being walked over. And we've gotta speak up. We've gotta step out of these systems. And we gotta rally like hell and cause issues and make it difficult. You've gotta be difficult. Promise me this week that you are gonna do something that makes you difficult. If people aren't calling you a difficult woman, or you're not getting the sense that you're being difficult, you got to try harder. Okay? You need to try harder, because a difficult woman is a woman who's being true to herself, to her soul, to her intuition, and listening to her body. And I know that you're here because you're meant to lead. I want you to get difficult. I want you to step out of this stuff. I want you to speak up. Speak up somewhere this week that you've been quiet. Speak up and say something this week that's been driving you crazy, but you keep accepting to keep the peace. Do not keep the peace anymore. We're gonna tear this stuff down, but it's not gonna happen when we're nice. It's not gonna happen when we let these systems just keep using and taking advantage of us. So that's our war. That's our war and our work. It's a silent war of us pulling back our power and stepping back into our authority. You got this. You got this. All right? Peace out. I love you.